And then how it, so you can see the slide, huh? Yes, sir, yeah. Started streaming, na? It started. Yeah, so it's on, na? See, can you see the slide? Yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Plus this mean this first slide or content this first slide, right? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Thank you. Bye. Good evening, everyone. This is Hajera ma'am taking organic chemistry. Previous YouTube classes we have finished nomenclature part 1, that is hydrocarbon nomenclature. This is part 2 of nomenclature. So today we are going to do many things that are like previous questions with the solutions and exercise questions also. So this is a staff team of Spark Academy, which have all chemistry, physics, mathematics, and zoology lecturers. We have both online and online classroom coaching, and we even have short-term crash course regular courses. So this is a schedule for this year. So we are having classes from Monday to Friday. My classes starts from Tuesday and Thursday, that is 5 to 6 p.m. You can watch the other classes also by looking at the timetable. So you can join the online course by using the coupon code, that is HAJ10. Whenever you download the app, so you can use the coupon HAJ10. So coming to the session, plan, yeah. So today's part we are going to do about the list of functional groups. So almost we have 15 list of functional groups, and after that we are going, after reading this 10 functional group list, we are going to talk about the list of steps for writing nomenclature. The next, what is the priority order for that list of functional groups? Priority order comes here. The next we have is practice questions. So we are going to practice, and as well as we also have exercise questions, and at the end you can take the assignment and upload your assignment in the comment box. So moving on to the first part, which is list of 15 functional groups. So I think in the previous slide itself, in the previous class itself, I made it clear that meaning of functional group. Functional group nothing but whenever carbon attached to atoms other than hydrogen, like oxygen. Carbon can be attached to nitrogen, or carbon can be attached to phosphorus, can be attached to halogen or sulfur. So apart from hydrogen, if you find this atoms, these are called as functional groups. If you find only carbon, hydrogen, you call them please as hydrocarbon, which we have already discussed using 2 classes, I think. Now moving on to the functional group. So we have 4 columns here. The one is having a name here, functional group, structure, prefix and suffix. So what do you mean by prefix? Prefix is pre, the name says pre. That means it is a word which comes before the name, whereas suffix is a word which comes after the name. So what we'll do is, first we'll memorize all this 15 functional group, then I'll tell you when to use suffix and when to use suffix and prefix. So please, before we start writing this, please remember that whenever carbon attached to oxygen by double bond, that group is called as carbonyl group. So we have many functional group which is having this group, that is carbonyl group. Please remember, carbon attached to oxygen by double bond is known as carbonyl group. So starting with the carbonyl compounds, so you can see here at carbonyl group attached to hydrogen on one side. Definitely, this carbon chain will be attached to carbon chain. So what does R represent here? So I'll write here, R refers to alkyl group, which is nothing but carbon chain. So instead of writing one carbon here, 2 carbon here, 3 carbon here, So I better write as simple representation for carbon chain as R. So carbonyl group attached to oxygen by double bond, in turn attached to H. This group, whenever you have this group, that group name is aldehyde. And short way, we cannot always write this big structure. We simply can write this as CHO. So wherever you find CHO, please call the compound as aldehyde. Now the prefix for the aldehyde is oxo or formyl. The prefix for aldehyde is oxo or formyl, whereas for suffix is al. Please remember al, because we are going to have similar other group, similar pronunciation for the other group as well. So this is ALR. Now moving on to, you can see that carbonyl group attached to R on both sides. That means carbonyl group attached to carbon chain on both sides. Simple way is RCOR. That group is known as ketone, and the prefix is oxo. So you would say that there are two oxo prefixes are there. Better, I would suggest, please use formyl for the aldehyde and oxo for ketone, and you can use this, no problem if you even use this oxo. But more commonly textbooks or the chemist says formyl is a better word, a better prefix for aldehyde. So ketone is nothing but RCOR, oxo is a prefix, whereas suffix is on. Don't pronounce this as one, this is on, ketone, on. Moving on to the next third functional group, which is called as carboxylic acid. So you can see that carbonyl group attached to OH on one side. Definitely, please, one side R will be attached, so I will not be calling R again. I'll just be focusing on this this part. So carbonyl group attached to OH on one side. Simple representation is RCOOH. That is known as carboxylic acid. The prefix is carboxy and the suffix is oic acid. So first, don't worry, we are going to first read out this all and this functional group, then we'll use, and then I'll tell you when to use this all. So first of all, just we'll read and memorize this all. Right. Moving on to the fourth one, you can see here that carboxylic acid have COOH. If you remove H of carboxylic acid and if you replace it with carbon chain, that is R, you can see both are similar, that only the difference is I removed H and I added R. Simple representation is RCOOR. That is called as ester. So how the ester is forming? Simply by removing H by R. That is called as ester. You no need to memorize any prefix for that. Suffix is O8. Ester suffix is O8. Next, moving on to one more. Now, what I will do is, carbonyl group ka OH will be replaced by NH2. So CONH2. Simple representation is RCOONH2, which is called as amide. And the prefix is amido and the suffix is amide only. That means it is very easy for us to memorize this amide, because the prefix is very simple, amido, and the suffix is amide only. So far we have finished 5. The one is aldehyde, which is having H attached to carbonyl group, R attached both sides, ketone, OH attached one side, carboxylic acid, OR, ester, NH2, amide. Hope you are clear with this. 5. Moving on to the next one. So you can see here that carbonyl group attached to X. So what do you mean by X here? So we'll write here X refers to halogen. X refers to halogen. There are 4 halogen famous. They are fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So instead of X here, I can use any of these 4, that is like fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So simple representation is again RCOX. Yeah. So what is the name of this compound? So wherever you find RCOX, it's known as acyl halide. So what do you mean by acyl group? Acyl group is nothing but carbon attached to C double bond O is known as acyl group. So please remember, only CO is known as carbonyl group. Only R is known as alkyl. That means if carbonyl and alkyl group are together, it's known as acyl group. Please remember this. We are having many reactions concerning acyl halide or acyl compound. Again, there is no need to memorize any prefix for that. Moving on to the suffix, which is oil halide. If it is chlorine, you should write as chloride, fluorine, fluoride, bromine, bromide, iodine, iodide. Next, and the last of which contain carbonyl group. So what I'll do is, better we understand how it formed. So you know that carboxylic, the RCOOH is carboxylic acid, which is previous year. You can see here. Wherever you have COOH, it's known as carboxylic acid. So what I am doing here, I am using 2 carboxylic acid, RCOOH. Whenever 2 carboxylic acid are together, there is always a loss of water molecule. You can say that water is lost. So what is left? The left is RCO, this one. Then one more is R left, O, singly bonded, then CO, R. So this group, you can see that is formed from removing of water from carboxylic acid. This group is known as acid anhydride. Acid anhydride. So you can find this group here, acid anhydride. So RCOO, COR. Short form you can write as, you can see that there are 2 CRs. There are 2 these groups. So what I'll do, RCO taken twice and oxygen is outside. This is called as acid anhydride. Anhydride means no water molecule. Acid means, acid, COH. It is formed from carboxylic acid by removing water molecule. Next, there's a no prefix again for this. If they are there also in your textbooks, please don't use it. Even in your higher studies, you will not be using the prefixes which I'm not writing. So please memorize this 15 functional group as it is. I'm giving you the list. Right, moving on to the suffix. The suffix is oic anhydride. Oic anhydride. You can see that carboxylic acid is oic acid, whereas its anhydride is oic anhydride. That means it is acid word is replaced by anhydride. Next, moving on to the compounds. So far you can see that till now from aldehyde to acid anhydride, all of them have carbonyl group. C double bond O, C double bond O. From aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, ester, amide, acyl halide, and acid anhydride. All of them have carbonyl group. Now moving on to the compound which have no carbonyl group. So the simple thing is, carbon attached to nitrogen, that is, you might know, you are very well aware of this cyanide group, which is nothing but CN. So please remember, cyanide is CN, and between this cyanide, carbon and nitrogen, they are triple bond. So wherever carbon attached to nitrogen by triple bond, this is known as cyanide. The prefix is very easy for us, that is cyano. Prefix is cyano. Next, right, suffix is nitrile. NITRILE, nitrile. Don't write by mistakenly as nitrite, or don't pronounce even as nitrite. Nitrite is different and nitrile is different. So this is nitrile. Next, you can see in the next one, instead of CN you find NC. So yes, it is possible that carbon can be attached to nitrogen by NC, that is having 4 bonds here. Please remember, cyanide have 3 bonds, whereas isocyanide have 4 bonds, which is called as isocyanide. So cyanide is CN, isocyanide is NC. Again, the very easy prefix and suffix. Only the word iso is coming here. Isocyano, isonitrile. You can see both are almost having similar. The only word which is coming here is isonitrile. Next, next one we have, you can find that R attached to NH2. So wherever you find NH2, please call the compound as amine. Do not get confused between amide and amine. You can see the last one is RCONH2. You can see that this is CONH2, and if it is simply NH2, it is known as amine. So please make a difference of amide and amine. Amide is CONH2, whereas amine is NH2 only. Again, the prefix is very easy, amino, and the suffix is again easy, that is amine. Right. Now, carbon chain attached to NO2. So wherever you find NO2, that compound is known as nitro compound. That compound are called as nitro compounds, are called nothing but nitroalkanes. So the prefix is very easy, again nitro, and there is no suffix for this you have for nitro. So till now we have finished now nitrogen containing compound. One was cyanide, isocyanide, amine, nitro. Moving on to the next one called as alcohol. So what is alcohol? It's nothing but compound having OH functional group. So wherever you find OH, that compound are called as alcohol. The prefix is hydroxy and the suffix is al. That's why I told you in the previous slide itself that here this is al and this is all. So al for aldehyde, all for alcohol. Next. So what we can do is alcohol H. Can you see this H of alcohol? Yes. What I'm doing is I'm removing this H and replacing it with R. Hence it will become ROR. H of alcohol is replaced by R. It became ROR. ROR is called as ether or ether, which many of us use in a daily life. Ether or ether. And the prefix is oxy and there is no suffix for the ether again. Next, carbon chain attached to only X. I think I told you already here that X refers to halogen. A halogen can be fluorine, chlorine, bromine, iodine. So, wherever you find only halogen, that are called as haloalkane. That are called as haloalkane. And the prefix is simply halo. If it is fluorine, fluoro, chlorine, chloro, bromine, bromo, iodine, iodo. So fluoro, chloro, bromo, iodo comes for prefixes for haloalkane. And the last is carbon chain, that is carbon chain attached to SO3H. So wherever you find SO3H, the compound is called as sulfonic acid. The compound is called as sulfonic acid. Please don't call this as sulfuric acid, which is totally different. So they are SO3H is known as sulfonic acid and the prefix is very easy again, sulfo and sulfonic acid. So with this we have finished our list of 15 functional groups. So starting with aldehyde, ketone, carboxylic acid, ester, amide, acyl halide, acid anhydride, cyanide, isocyanide, amine, nitroalkane, alcohol, ether, haloalkane, sulfonic acid. So whoever watching this, please whenever you maintaining the notes, write down this 15 functional groups in your books. I hope you are clear with this all 15. So with this we finish the first part, that is list of functional groups. Now moving on to the second topic, the second part, which is nothing but how to write the name of the functional group. So wherever you find functional group, so definitely you need to write the name of the compound. So if you want to write the name of the compound, you have here steps made easy by writing in 3 steps. Please follow this only 3 steps to write the name of the functional group, and please go according to the steps only. So wherever you find compound, if you want to write the name, please check its carbon atom. If you find one carbon atom, call the compound as meth, which we have already discussed in the previous classes. If you find 2 carbon atoms, please call as eth, 3 carbon, pro, bute, pent, hex, hept, oct, non-dec, which we have memorized in the previous classes. Next is, so first step is carbon atoms finding. Second step is check the carbon-carbon bonds. If you find carbon-carbon single bond, you know that you will be writing in. And if you find carbon-carbon double bond, you will be writing as ene. If you find carbon-carbon triple bond, you will be writing ine. So that first 2 steps, you can see that first 2 steps are similar. which we have discussed for hydrocarbon. That means there will be always two steps always for hydrocarbon and as well as for functional group. If you find functional group, the third step will be extra. The third step is, I'm dividing into two parts. Third step, if you find only one functional group, please use suffix always. What is suffix? Which comes at the end, which we have already discussed, a list of 15. You can see this last column is of suffix. So if you find only one functional group, you will be using always suffix. Moving on to the B bit, which should be used when you have more than one functional group. If you find more than one functional group, arrange according to the priority order. The one which is having higher priority will be considered as functional group. The one which is having higher priority will be considered as functional group, and you will be using that as suffix. So if you find more than one functional group, please arrange according to the priority order. We'll see what is that priority order later. Please arrange according to the priority order, and the one which is having higher priority is considered as functional group and written as suffix, and the others will become lower priorities, and lower priorities will always are considered as attachments. Attachment is nothing but substituent. So lower priority always are considered as substituent, and you will be writing them as prefix. Prefix means which is written before the name. So now it is clear that when to use suffix, when to use prefix. So you can see the list again, prefix and suffix. That's why we memorized all the 15 functional groups with the suffix and prefixes. Right. So there are 3 steps. First step is cover atoms. Second step is bonds. Third step is functional groups checking. If you find one functional group, please use suffix. If you find more than one functional group, please arrange according to the priority order. The one which is having highest priority will be considered as functional group, written as suffix. The one which is having lower priorities will be considered as substituents or attachments, written as always prefixes. I hope 2 things are clear with you. The one is list and the next is steps. Again, you need to memorize these steps only, and please keep this in mind, these 3 steps, whenever you are writing the name of the any functional group. So what is the priority order? So the priority order is nothing but the importance, so which has the highest importance order. So IUPAC has given us list of priority order. So IUPAC says that carboxylic acid has the highest priority, followed by sulfonic acid, amide, cyanide, aldehyde, ketone, alcohol, amine, then double bond and triple bond. Please, whenever you are just reading this, remember that cyanide has highest priority than aldehyde. I'm specifying here because few textbooks gives aldehyde as higher priority, which is totally wrong. Please remember that cyanide has higher priority than aldehyde, which is an order according to IUPAC. Now you will be thinking that ma'am has written only few lists here, others are leaving here, not there in the order. So we have here note. The note is whether NO2, halogen or OR come attached to oxygen or R group. All these 4, wherever they come alone or they will come with any other functional group, they will be always prefixes. They cannot be suffix. Okay. So NO2, halogen, OR group, R group always are prefixes. They cannot be suffix. Hope these 3 parts are clear with you, which is very important to write the name of functional group. So let me just go back and just tell you what are 3 things. You first need to memorize a list of 15 functional groups. That is the only part as you only need to memorize. I mean, you need to memorize here only. Next here is again steps. Third is priority order. With these three things only, we'll be able to write the name of any functional group. Any doubts? So before we start practicing the name of the functional group with these three things, that is list and steps and priority order. So if you want to join our academy, which is Spark Academy, you can download an app from your Google Play, that is Spark Academy, and you will find discounts on our courses. And while installing, you can use our coupons like HAJ10. And if you want any doubts, if you have any queries, you can contact us by using this number which is given here. In an app, you will be finding many things, like you will be finding study material which is free. You will be finding for chemistry, physics, mathematics, and biology. And some of us also provide handwritten notes. We also post previous year questions, and weekly we also keep mock tests. And you will find a link to download the app in the chat box or in the description. So we provide all the courses like long-term courses, crash courses for this upcoming, NEET, Eamcet or JEE mains. As you know, right, in this upcoming 2 months, we are having NEET or JEE mains or Eamcet. So you can join our crash courses, or you can even join our mock test only. Right. So this is our classroom. You can join both online and offline classes. And we have both branches. We have 2 branches that are Nanaguda and Mehdipatnam. You can join anywhere, wherever you find feasible or comfortable. So for online courses, we are having 3 that are NEET 2022, JEE mains, and Eamcet 2022 courses. Again, you can use our coupon which is HAJ10 while downloading the app. You can get the 10% discount if you use our coupon, that is HAJ10. Right. So what you will find here, you will find many things on our app. You will find the live classes. You can see that there are live classes daily posted, and you can find the videos. You can find the assignment which we send to our students daily, and they upload us daily. And you will find the test series here, and you will after test you will be finding your rank or the score here. So what the thing is, why Spark Academy? So with the thing is, we provide many things. We start the courses right from the basic courses. As you can see that I'm starting organic chemistry right from the nomenclature, which is a basic of organic chemistry. Shortcut tricks also you will get, and you will find many model papers. You will be doing exercise questions, PYQs, chapter-wise test also we'll keep. We keep weekend test. So after every chapter we'll be having test, and after every week we'll be having test, and after the portion is completed for 1 month or 2 months, we'll be having grand test, and after that we'll give you the feedback. So yeah, so we have list of or bunch of many experienced faculties, and the classroom coaches is limited batch size. That means you will be having only 30 to 35 students. You will not be having more than 30 or 35 students, so that we can focus on each and every student. So what are the features we provide here? So as you know, we provide both online and offline coaching. So online coaching and offline coaching features are available here. So that is known as hybrid coaching. So in hybrid coaching, you will be finding both online classes and classroom courses, whereas in online you will not be finding classroom access. Yeah. One more advantage of joining hybrid coaching is that you can find, we'll provide you the books, and whereas we don't provide any hard copies for online coaching, we'll only give you the study material. Yes, we give you the only study material in online. Others are available for all. That is weekly test we keep for all. Grant test we conduct, and if you have any doubt, you can ask us daily. If it is classroom, you can ask us in a classroom. If it is online, you can ask us in a chat box. So now this is the time to practice. So which we have discussed. So let us now practice the compounds or functional group. So what I'll do, I'm giving you the compounds. So starting with this. So what I'll do first, I have a 4 carbon compound. First you need to draw a chain. How many carbons you want, you draw. Then you want the functional group, please write the functional group here. Then complete the valency of carbon. As you know that carbon always makes 4 bonds. Hence the valency for the carbon is satisfied here. I won't write any hydrogens here. Here you can find that carbon is making 2 bonds. Hence I am writing 2 hydrogens here. Next, again, we have already practiced that number of hydrogens, how to write. Still, I'm just giving here brief 3 hydrogens. This, the structure is completed. Now, moving on to how to write the name. You are writing here nomenclature. You are writing the name here. So, whenever you are writing the name, please keep in mind the 3 steps. First step is carbon atoms counting. So we'll first do with the first step. You will find here 1, 2, 3, 4 carbon atoms. 1, 2, 3, 4. You will find 4 carbon atoms here. Hence, wherever you have 4 carbon atoms, you will be writing as ute. You know that 4 means ute. Next, you will, second step is carbon-carbon bonds. You can see that carbon-carbon is only having single bond, single bond, single bond. So you know, right? Single bond means alkane. So hence, I'm writing as alkane ka, and I'm writing and. So first step carbon, second step bond. See, I'm going according to the steps. Please, you also go according to the steps which I have provided you. Third step is functional group. So you can go back and just check that I told you that there can be 2 functional group or there can be more than 1 functional group. If you have 1 functional group, you will be using only suffix. If you have more than 1, you will be arranging according to the priority order. So there in the example which I have given you here, it has only 1 functional group. I hope you can identify the functional group which is CHO. This is aldehyde. So the aldehyde suffix is, what is the suffix for aldehyde? Aldehyde suffix is al. Hence the name is completed. That is, I have used 3A step. Why I am using A step? Because I have found here only 1 functional group. See, I am going according to the steps. Again I am telling. Please, you also go according to the steps. Then only you will be able to know. You will be able to write the name. That the name of the compound is butanol. Right? So we got the name of the compound. Right. Now we'll practice more. So I am not writing hydrogen. I think you understand. You know very well because we have practiced a lot about number of hydrogens, how many to put. So this is here one more practicing question, that is C attached to C double bond or C. First step is again carbons. Carbons are how many? 5. 5 for pent. Second step is bonds. How many bonds are there? Carbon-carbon bonds. Carbon-carbon single bond. Single bond is and next identify the functional group. What is a functional group here? I told you whenever you find carbon attached to oxygen by double bond attached to carbon chain on both sides, that is known as ketone. What is suffix for ketone? And you know that you have 1 functional group. Whenever you have 1 functional group, you will be using only suffix. What is suffix for ketone? Oh, ketone. The name of the compound is pentanone. So the name is finished. But the name is incomplete. Why the name is incomplete is, well, see. First what we do is keep numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I hope you know that IUPAC says us to write the names, write the numbering from either right side or left side, the functional group should get the lowest possible number. Hence, if I start from the right side, I'll get as 2 number here. If I start numbering from the left side, I'll get as 1, 2, 3, 4. So you know that 2 is easier, 2 is shorter, 2 is lower number than 4. Hence, the right way of starting numbering for this compound is from the right side. Now, one more compound. You can see that both compounds having same number of carbons. If you write hydrogen, they will be also equal. The only difference is functional group I put here the second position, I put at the third position. Again, the steps. Again, we'll go for the steps. First step is carbon, pent, single bond. Second step, suffix for ketone, on, pentanone. We will see that the both have got the same name. Two compounds cannot have the same name because they are different somewhere else. That their difference is the position of position of ketone. The ketone is at second position. The ketone is at third position. So the difference is the position. Hence, if they are differing in position, please specify the position also. Hence, the position I am writing here as 2-pentanone. I am writing here as 4-pentanone. I hope these two compounds are clear with you. In the above one, I wrote here 2. I wrote 3. Sorry. This is 3. I wrote 4. Sorry, this is 3. So this is 3-pentanone and 2-pentanone. I hope you are clear with this, why I wrote the position. So if you don't write the position, you can say that both name will be having similar names. Both compound will have similar name, which is wrong. Hence, we are specifying by putting the position, that is 2-pentanone and 3-pentanone. See, I am following the rules which we have discussed in the previous videos. The rule is number and name should be separated by hyphen. Number name should be separated by hyphen. See. So if you have not watched the previous hydrocarbon nomenclature videos, please watch those previous videos. And if you have any doubt, please ask us in the chat box. Moving on to the next. So we'll practice more. Any doubts so far you have? Right, so we are going to practice more. The previous we have practiced aldehyde and ketone. So those who are online, they can ask that why I'm not specifying the position of al or aldehyde. I'm specifying the position of ketone. Can you answer? Why I'm not specifying the position of the functional group in the aldehyde. Why I'm specifying the position of ketone in the 2, 1, 2, 3 I wrote. Why I'm not writing the number here? Can you answer me? Who are online, please answer. Thank you, Arif. Please watch the videos till the end and practice a lot so that you will be thorough with the organic chemistry. Can you tell me why this I'm not writing the number here in the case of aldehyde? The answer is, you will find aldehyde always at the end only. You can see there carbon attached to oxygen by double bond, here attached to H one side. That means carbon is satisfied with 3 valencies here. Only 1 valence is left. Hence, it will be at the end only. What do you think? It will be in the center. If it is in the center, it should be attached to 2 bonds. That means total will be 5 bonds. Hence, aldehyde always comes at the end only. If it is coming at the end, it will always have first numbering. That will be 1 always. Hence, we no need to specify the position of 1, which is understood. Here, the position was not understood. It can be on the second, it can be on the third. Hence, we don't need to specify the position of aldehyde. We need to specify the position of ketone here. That's why I specified here. Hope it is clear with you. Next, we'll practice more. So I'm writing the compound here. You can answer what is it compound. Cl, this is Cl and this is amino. So I have given you two. We'll see who will answer this. Fast, answer me. Identify the go according to the steps. Identify the functional groups. That's all. Fast, keep these names. So, done? Oh, no one has given any name. Let me write better. Right. So first step. First step is carbon atoms count. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what I suggest is always please identify the functional group, then give numbering also. That will be easy for you. So we're going to write the name. So how many carbon are there? Carbons are 5 for pent, you know. And single bond you will find pentan. You find only one carboxylic acid. That's why I'm writing as suffix for carboxylic acid. What is suffix for carboxylic acid? That is nothing but oic acid. Hence the name of the compound is pentanoic acid. The name of the compound is pentanoic acid. See, again I'm specifying you. Please go according to the steps. First step, carbon. Second step, bonds. Third step, functional group. If you find one functional group, you will be using suffix. Hence, I use suffix. That is 3a step. Right. That's all for the first. Next, moving on to the next compound. Let us identify how many functional groups are there. You will find here 1 carboxylic acid, amine, chloro. If you go and check in the priority order, carboxylic acid has the highest priority. Hence, the one which is having higher priority, please write down in a longest parent chain like this. That means this will be the higher priority, means other two, chlorine and amino, will be the substituent or lower priorities. That means lower priorities should be always written as prefixes. Let us, what we do is write the name of the parent chain first. Parent chain means name of the compound with a functional group. How many carbons are there? 4 for but. Single bond, butan. Suffix for carboxylic acid, just we have discussed, that is butanoic acid. Parent chain name is finished by completing the 3 steps. Whereas we say that this chlorine and NH2 are prefixes. What is the prefix for NH2? Amino. The prefix for chlorine is chloro. So now this is A for amino, NH2, and this is for chloro. Oh yes, we must write the numbering. That will be easy for us. Otherwise, sometime we may do mistake. Even if we know the name also, we may sometime write the different number if you don't number. If you don't do numbering here. Hence, numbering is important. You do first only. So now you can see that 2 chlorine, 2 at 2 there's a chlorine is there, at 3 amino group is there. So you will be thinking what to write first. Chlorine should be written first, chloro should be written first, or amino should be written first. IUPAC says whenever two things are written together, please write according to the alphabetical order. So we don't write numerical order, we write in the alphabetical order. Hence this is for A for amino. As you can say that NH2 prefix is amino, and here this is for chloro. So amino A comes first, C comes later. Hence I'm writing amino first. Where the amino is there, at 3 position, 3 amino. Then where the chlorine is there, at 2 chloro. Butanoic acid is the complete name of this structure. Complete name of this structure. So complete name of this structure. So you see, again I'm following all steps here. Again I'll write, wait. So again I'm writing here, it was a mess. That was 3 amino. So the compound is 3 amino. And so at 2 chlorine was there, hence I'm writing as 2 chloro. And one more thing, please leave a finger line space. I wrote it much, I left as much, but don't leave much space. It should be only one finger line space, right? So this is about the functional group. So what I thought is we do practice questions also. So these are the certain exercise questions which I kept. Right. So we are liking. So what you can do is, memorize this 15 functional groups, steps, priority order, and follow this only 3 things. Remember, keep this in mind. Whenever they are asking any compound name, please follow the 3 things only, write the name. See, I'm following again the same thing, same steps I'm following. Please don't forget to put these rules like number name should be separated by hyphen, number by comma. That's all the things are there in your nomenclature. So this exercise questions, what I'll do is I'll give you this as assignment. So there I kept as almost 14 I kept. I hope you know the bond line formula which we have practiced in the previous classes. This is called as bond line formula, right? This is called as bond line formula. So you can see here that instead of writing this all for 5 carbon, I can even write in the form of this bond line formula. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the carboxylic acid is here. Right, this is called as bond line formula. And if you want like chlorine to put, like you can put the chlorine here, you can put the amino here, like this you can make. So this is, so because of lack of time, we are giving you this exercise questions as assignment. So there are almost 15. Please do this as assignment or homework and upload your answers, all answers in a one page or in a one chat, like first A, first B, like this. You please upload, then I'll correct your answers. And if you have any doubt also, you can contact us or you can ask us in the chat box. So again, this is our Telegram group. You can join our Telegram group. Again, we'll send you the link in the chat box. You can join and you can find the many interesting things like organic chemistry. In organic chemistry, we'll be doing many practice. That's all. And please don't forget to subscribe our channel so that you will find many notifications and as well as videos available. So these are list of our faculty members. That's all for the day. Thank you for your time. We'll be sharing all this video PPTs with you soon.